Come out of the box.
Hello YouTube, cheers, and welcome to The Basement. My name is Bruce Lively.
And I'm D-Boy Slim.
And The Basement is the first daily hip-hop debate show. From Tuesday through Friday, we tackle the most intriguing topics in hip-hop culture and the world around it. So welcome back, Basement family. Today, we're talking about Rick Ross, the rapper, this time. Calling out Baby again for not paying Lil Wayne his proper amount of money. In today's world of everything being live, everything someone is thinking gets broadcast all over the world, we have to ask, is Rick Ross justified? Tell us. Listen, leave those comments. YouTube has completely messed up our algorithm, so we need you guys. Share, link, subscribe. I'm live right now on IG. You guys do the same thing. Check us out. Don't let YouTube dictate who gets to see real hip-hop debate and who doesn't. So before we get started, you guys have to check out our sponsors, the Fleetwood Spice Collection, yo. For a spice-changing experience, give the Fleetwood Spice Collection a try. Big, bold flavors unlike anything you've tried before. The Fleetwood Spice Collection, it's time to change your spice. Anyway, today's question, is Rick Ross, the rapper, justified in interjecting himself in the cash money business?
Listen, I ain't gonna say it no more.
With that being said, let go.
Come out of the box, boy.
Let them know, man. What you got?
Now listen. I'm not a hater in any sense of the word, by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm all for artists, executives, workers, employees, all the same, of getting their money, getting their what they're entitled, getting their due. However, I've learned in business that there are intricacies, there are contracts that are set up, there are technicalities, there are special nuances that me and you may not know about, may not have heard about, and it seems wild in this day and time because you think that you know everything because of the internet, because of Instagram, because everything is polarized, because everything is easy access. It seems like you would know everything that's going on. The truth is we don't. And because of that, it makes it difficult to speak on certain things and make it difficult to elaborate. And although, you know, just like in this debate show, we try to cover the bases and, you know, try to elaborate on what's going on. Very rarely will you hear me and Bruce speak about things that
Hand me a pen from over there.
we don't actually know what we're speaking about. I don't think that is I think he's overstepping his boundaries.
Boy, you're a year late and 5 years late paying that man his money. Pay that man his money. We know you ain't right. Stop with the jokes, nigga. Bring that shit, baby. Bring it.
I think he's overstepping his boundaries. I don't think it's his place. One, you've never been on Cash Money. Now, you know, I know that he feels like because they all been down there in Miami a few years, they was close with Khaled. I think Wayne lives out there, Baby lives out there, whatever. They, you know, they all relocated out there to Miami, and of course we know Rick Ross, the rapper, is Miami is his home.
Kinda.
However, that does not qualify you to speak on business that's not yours. That not even indirectly related to you or connected to you, other than the fact that you call Lil Wayne, who is an industry rap artist, your buddy or constituent or however you choose to phrase that. You call him a buddy of yours.
He's also in the music industry, which makes him an expert.
And that's fine.
If you're on news, people who in the industry come on and talk about things.
It wouldn't matter to me if you were Jimmy IV. if you don't know the specifications or the exact, you know, ramifications of the contract that was set out for Lil Wayne, and I would imagine that it might not be all what Lil Wayne, it might not be all what Baby's saying, but it may not be all what Lil Wayne is saying. Like, I would bet there's an area which I don't know about that may have not have been specified in a contract because of the relationship between Lil Wayne and Baby. So it's probably more to what you're thinking or what you think it should be anyway. To bring home what I was saying, I still consider that family business. And you know, families do business, and I still consider that family business. And I was always taught, if you're not family, you should probably stay out of that business. You know, now you may be an expert on the music business. You're not an expert on their family and their family dynamic.
Walmart is a family business. Walmart is a family business.
Well, then
but it's publicly traded, which means everybody has a right to talk about it or find out what's going on business-wise. Likewise, Cash Money is a big part of an industry that everybody can talk about, whether we want to or not. You're free to do so. So when you're telling the truth, when a person's telling the truth, it's just infallible. That's my position. It's just infallible. That's the meaning of the truth. It's always right.
That's the meaning of the truth. It's always right. Always right.
It doesn't matter who's saying it. I mean, why can't he say it? He's a human being who's telling the truth. That means it's right. It's correct. That's the meaning of the truth. No matter who says it, even if you don't believe it or not, the truth is still the truth. Okay, so excuse me, people, but the facts are the facts. Now, you say there's things that we may not know, there's behind the scenes. All of that is cool until Lil Wayne himself says, I need that money. I was ripped off. Then he takes him to court. And they're still waiting on money.
He needs money from what?
For what he's done, for the work he's done, for the albums he put out, for the Carter 2, for the Carter 3. I just told you, Carter 2 and Carter 3. He's still not making all the money he can from CYCMB.
These are the details and intricacies I'm speaking of when
I just told him
talking about, but you're not talking about the numbers specifically that he says that he's owed. You don't know what points, you don't know what percentages. These are things that have to be figured out before you say, oh, I think he's right. You do owe him. Like, this have to be, you have to know that.
So what I'm saying is, when the person who's going through it,
$1, he can owe him a 50 cents.
No, he took him to court for over $1 million. It took him, what was it, like 20 million? Like, it was crazy. He took him to court for it. That means under oath. It's not just something that we're figuring out. We may not know the numbers. We do know that he owes millions. We do know that Lil Wayne believes he owes millions.
Is it possible he could be mistaken?
Is it possible Lil Wayne could be mistaken about his money?
Is that possible?
It could be possible.
This is all I'm saying, people.
So no, but that doesn't negate it. That doesn't negate the idea that if it's true, it's still good. If it's true, it's still something that even Rick Ross can say. Mind you, if you're my friend and D-Boy Slim comes to me and says, yo, I didn't get paid from this and that and this and that, because I know who you are, I'm gonna say, yeah, that's what's up. I believe you.
And then O comes right behind and chimes and says, yeah, you know, Bruce don't owe D-Boy Slim nothing. All I'm saying is,
yeah, but then Bangladesh says you owe him, and then every other producer has a problem with you, and then Wendy Day, who's one of the most well-known investors.
They're not coming out saying pay Wayne. They did not come out and say pay Wayne.
They said pay me.
Oh, okay. So they said pay them. All right.
So you now have a laundry list of people who think that you owe them money. I more likely believe the next person. Just like when we
not that person. Not Rick Ross. When you ask him where'd you get your name from, he can't tell you the truth. Not that person. No, sir. That's unacceptable.
Why not?
No, sir.
If it's the truth, it doesn't matter who it comes from.
You don't know it to be the truth. This is my point. You don't know it to be the truth. You don't know that to be factual.
What I'm saying is, with the track record that Baby has built, and with the fact that the person in question, Lil Wayne, has come out and says he owes me money, when his friend comes out and says, pay that man because my friend told me you owe him money and I believe him, he's not wrong.
When
he might have been wrong with his name.
Friend has no credibility to his name at all, then what you're talking about is null and void. It's null and void. If we don't know the actual issue of Wayne and Birdman in the first place, and then the next man who chimes in has no credibility to what he says whatsoever.
No, he does have credibility.
What you talking about is
credibility.
From what?
He's a
speaking on what?
He's a music industry mogul.
How did you get your name?
He's a music industry expert.
He's not an expert on how he got his name
What
yet.
is that? That has nothing to do with this.
It's not credible what you're saying. It has everything to do with it.
No, listen. Tupac has a lot of
It
crazy
means you can have a motive because Wayne is your buddy.
Listen.
Is all that says.
No, Tupac also had a motive. Tupac had some of the craziest lyrics.
And he lied about it.
Tupac drinking Hennessy, and if he lied and all of this, so tell me this.
Biggie had nothing to do with him getting
okay,
shot.
I don't know about all that. So tell me, if Tupac talked about unifying black people like he did often, does that make those statements incorrect? Because of all the other things, because of him leaving New York and going to West Side and becoming a West Side gangster, and all the things that we criticize him for in the show, does that make his actual true statements, which is what we're talking about, of unifying the people, does that make them any less credible? No, it doesn't.
No, but if he tells me that Puff Daddy owes Biggie money, I don't know what to believe from you, dude. I don't know what to believe from you, dude. If you told me that Puff Daddy owe Big money, but what does your word mean?
No, well then if Biggie says Puff
told
owes
me
Big
Biggie
money,
had something to do with you being shot.
So then when Biggie says it adds more credibility. That's the argument. When Lil Wayne himself
when Lil
says
Wayne
it,
says it, we say, okay, a father and a son is spatting. When Rick Ross comes out and says something, we don't believe you. We don't believe you, and you're overstepping your boundaries. Tell us where you got your name
whether or
from.
not you believe him is one thing. If he's overstepping his boundaries, it's only if it's false. That's it. That's it. If it's true, it's infallible. It is the truth. It is the fact. I don't care if when Jimmy Swaggart talks about the Bible and what's in it, it's true. He's not overstepping his boundaries.
If my mom owed me $2.50 and she came out and says my son, or I owe my mom $2.50, and my mom comes out on Facebook and says my son owe me $2.50, the deadbeat son, it's not your overstepping your boundaries by coming out talking about, yo, Malik, pay your mom's $2. That's my mom's right
That don't matter. I can say what I want to say.
You're overstepping.
I'm not overstepping the boundaries. You need to pay your mom's, fam.
How you know I ain't pay her yet?
Tell me so.
Exactly.
But I can still ask.
It's not your business.
I can still
It's
ask.
not your business, like I said in the first place. It's not your business. Because that's
still-
my mother. You don't know if I went over there and paid her yet. You don't know that. You running your mouth about business doesn't belong to you.
You're assuming that he doesn't
I'm not
know.
assuming
You're
anything.
assuming he doesn't.
You're assuming that I haven't paid him.
No, what I'm saying is with Rick Ross, you're assuming that he doesn't know. Lil Wayne is his friend. He's been telling him what's going on. The numbers that you're looking for that hasn't already come out live in court and on the internet and out of the man's mouth.
I don't care how much dudes is buddies, you won't be able to convince me. Rick Ross is aware of every dollar and every dollar that doesn't go in Lil Wayne's account.
You don't
can't
have to
convince me.
You
of
have to know that he's owed
and that's
money.
what we're talking about, dollars and cents.
Listen.
So to think that Rick Ross knows about every dollar that goes in Lil Wayne's account or that has gone in Lil Wayne's account since he made his little Instagram rant, I would be naive. Because I don't know, and neither does Rick Ross. I don't care how much buddy or champagne they said they popped together or flicked it up for the gram they did. You don't know what's going on in the next man's account. Nor do you know the dynamic of him and Birdman and why he calls this man his son.
He has the right to talk about what he knows of his friend.
Right, he has the right to
And that's
steal
all
other
he's
people's
saying.
name, obviously. But does that make it credible? Does that make it right?
Just going back.
Does that make it right? He has the right. He has the right to steal somebody else's name, government name, by law. But does that make it right? It does not make it right. It's not the right thing. Is it the right thing to talk about somebody's?
Okay, so you can't do the wrong thing, like I just gave the Tupac example, and then do the right thing? Even the real Rick Ross at some
can't
point
do the
was selling
wrong
dope in his
things
community.
and then tell somebody else about what the right things are.
But that's not the whole story.
It's not that you. That's so
now
acceptable.
when Rick Ross speaks, we don't look at him as just the hustler Rick Ross. It's his whole entire everything that's happened.
You built
after
a
that.
career on lying and fraudulence. Don't tell somebody else how to be official. That's unacceptable. I don't care how you dress it up. That's unacceptable. Don't tell somebody else, yo, do the honorable thing and do the real thing when you've done nothing honorable and you've done nothing real. That's crazy right there. And we've been given too many passes with that.
Look, people, it's up to you.
Now, let me tell you something.
Okay.
Let's play devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
Now, I would agree with Bruce if Juvenile said something. Like, yo, when you gonna pay Weezy? You know you wrong, boy. Or however they say it in New Orleans. You know you dead wrong, Wardy. If Juvie said that, they took him to court about his money. They haven't spoken on Baby and Wayne. You know why? Because it's not their business.
You know who has?
It's not
No.
business.
I just watched the other day. What's his BG speak about Wayne and Baby? I just saw Turk talked about Wayne and Baby. So now what are we talking about?
And said what?
And say he needs to pay him.
Wait, on what? On what? Because BG is in the federal penitentiary. So which interview was that you seen that he took when he said a Baby need to pay Wayne?
This is on YouTube. Both of them. Turk, when he came out, said it. And when they interviewed BG, he was in the daggone orange suit.
Because I've heard all the interviews and they said, I don't know their business, but if you owe that man money, you need to pay that man. That's what I've heard from everybody. And that's everybody's concern. That's what I said from the top of the show. If somebody's owed money and you're entitled money, sure, I believe you should get paid. But we don't know the dynamic of Birdman.
Listen, like I said, whether or not I know,
why you're overstepping your boundaries, speaking and elaborating.
If it's true, then he did not overstep his boundaries. That's all I'm saying. If it's true, it's just facts. It's just facts. He has the right to tell him, hey, that's my friend. You got to pay him.
Let me tell you what's true.
That's all.
What's true is that there's another Rick Ross. That's what the truth is. And you didn't pay for the right to use that name. Right. So now you're going to speak on what you believe to be true in another man's business and what another man should be paying. You're overstepping your boundaries. And D-Boy Slim said that.
Listen, people.
You're overstepping your boundaries. Somebody gotta say it. Yeah. Everybody I know, if it's good and evil, you say, well, get a boy his money. If it's money that he's owed, get a boy his money. I feel you. I feel everybody. I feel the same way. But if you don't know what's really going on, what's really going on with Birdman and Wayne, can we really sit here and talk about it? This is why you haven't heard much outside court litigation. This is why you haven't heard much outside court litigation, except for this guy's a superhero, Rick Ross. This is why you haven't heard people speaking about it like that. You can speak about what Wayne has presented in court as far as having a court case against money he feels is owed from Cash Money. And what's so crazy, and what I always question is why people say, like if Cash Money owes you money, I always hear people speak about Birdman and Cash Money's owned by Slim and Baby. That's why it was always crazy to me. If Cash Money owes you money.
Because all of the disputes have been about how Baby divided that money and took the money and what he spent it on. All of the disputes, it's not just Lil Wayne. So as a friend, he has the right to say what he wants to say. That's all there is to it. We don't know, so we can't say it. But I can tell you one thing, his track record looks salty and soft and whack. I can say that. I can't say everybody in the industry has a problem with him, including Wendy Day. So these people, not everybody's lying.
And like I said,
that's it.
If it was Baby, when I hear BG say, yo, I know for a fact what's going on, then I might give it a little more credence. You understand? I might give it may hold a little more merit. It may hold a little more weight if BG said it.
I ain't gonna say it no more.
Because he was closer
Give that man as much
to the situation. Rick Ross saying it, I just don't believe.
Okay, guys,
because
listen.
It's just like you said, of Shady, that's too much, man. Like, you got motives from here to Texas. People ask you, you the best dancer when it comes to interviews and questions anyway. You know how to finagle and finesse and manipulate media, press, cameras, whenever that's what you built a career on. It's fooling us.
So, people, it's up to you.
That's what you built a career on.
So, people, it's up to you. Does he have the right to say what he wants to say?
He overstepped his
with his proof, with whatever he knows from his friend, or does he not have the right to say it because of his lies in his past? I subject that there's many people who have lies and problems in their past that say truth and we believe it. We just don't want to believe with this guy. And that's what I say. I mean, and you say something different. You say that he's not credible.
Alpha Mega and Young Dro could tell you that snitching is wrong right now, and they'd be right. Snitching is wrong. But them advocating and waving the flag and campaigning about it, that's wrong. That's just wrong.
All right. So what do you guys say to this?
Wrong, right?
Listen, leave those comments. Tell us who wins this debate. Who's right, who's wrong? What do you think about the situation? We want you to leave those comments because we shout you out. But today, we got something special, man. We got a couple new subscribers. Shout them out, right? Ace Mob. Appreciate you. Tyrone Shane. Tyrone Shane. You guys are the two new subscribers. Ace Mob and Tyrone Shane. Listen, we're going to be holding subscriber contests in the future. Contests to get these spices, right? Free of charge. We're giving them out. We're giving out a lot of things. We're doing a lot of stuff, man, to get y'all back on track and subscribing. We'll let them be known. But appreciate Ace Mob. Appreciate Tyrone Shane. Who wins? What's going on? Subscribe. Buy them beats.
We off this. That's all.
Peace.